I'm just gonna give y'all a heads up and warn y'all, this video may contain serious levels of ADHD, so don't be alarmed. I'll try my very best to stay on topic, but be warned. Anyways, now that I forgot what I was talking about, let's get into the video. Yo, what up, y'all? This is my first YouTube video. My name's Ty. Today, I'm just gonna be telling y'all a little bit about myself, introducing myself, and letting y'all know what we're gonna be getting into on this channel and doing. While I'm yapping, please enjoy this time lapse of me drawing two images that I found on Pinterest as one. I usually find my references for my art on Pinterest or Google. It's usually 90% of the time I use Pinterest. That's my go-to. But yeah. So a little bit about myself. I'm currently in college. I'm an animation major going into my senior year. I'm currently working on my senior film, so stay tuned for updates on that. I can't post the whole thing when it's done because I want to submit it to film festivals, and like there's these awards called the Telly Awards, and I'm trying to get that gold trophy. So it's like, you know, I can only show you limited things, but I can give you updates on my progress for that. Yeah, so I've been in college for, 3.5 years now, and it's been pretty great in total. I have learned a lot from college. Not necessarily saying that I didn't need college to get better at art. I just feel like the community that I've gathered and the friends that I've made during this time have really helped me grow as an individual. Something a lot of people ask me on a day-to-day basis is, why did I get into drawing, and how long have I been drawing for? So I'm gonna put it to you this way. It's pretty simple. I've been drawing since I was 3. I could draw before I could fully talk, full sentences. I was drawing before I was speaking full sentences. So I've always loved drawing. I've always had a love for drawing, and not to sound a little too full of myself, I've always been really good at drawing. Always, got the highest grade in art class, always had the highest achievements in anything art related. That did branch out into other forms of art, such as music. I did band, I did chorus. I started doing other things, but art was always on top for me. Because art was such a high value in my life, to me, I was kind of considered weird in school, throughout all of school. Back in elementary school, it was even harder because, I would get the question of, oh, what do you want to be when you grow up? And usually you would think, being 5 years old, it'd be the typical, I want to be a cop, I want to be an astronaut, I want to be a firefighter, something like that. But I always knew I wanted to be an animator. Always knew I wanted to be an animator, and I was always told, that's not a real job, that's not, a real career. So I was always kind of shot down when it came to that area, but I knew what I was going to be, and I stuck with that all through growing up. I didn't have many friends growing up because I didn't really go outside or anything until I started doing sports. My main sport was football because, I'm built bigger, and my genetics, I'm big, so it was just a natural fitting sport for me. I didn't necessarily like football, mainly because I was big, and it felt more of a job to me than fun. My father looked very highly of me. He still does love my dad to death. He looked very high of me for football, and that's not what I wanted to do. So I kind of did it for him, and for the fact of I wasn't going to let myself sit there and just do nothing and just draw, which I did at times. But other than that, I did sports. I did football, basketball, I did baseball, I did, karate for a little bit, I did soccer, over the summer sometimes before football started. I even did track when it came to like 7th grade through 12th grade. I did track all those years and it was all for football. So I guess, football was kind of like another big factor in my life other than art. As I got into high school, I kind of drifted away from art for a little bit. I was more focused on making friends, doing football. And I still was considered the best at art. But it just wasn't looking like a real career because I was told so much by just a lot of older people that I wasn't going to go anywhere with art because art is it's like a hard career path to choose because there isn't much money in it. And so I was looking at, being like a doctor or, something where I could help people, because that's also my passion, is just helping people and making people, happy. And I felt like being like a doctor or working at a nursing home would be like the best fit where I can, have a set career. And I didn't really take art seriously after that. But later, at the end of my high school years, I finally started making my own decisions when it came to what I wanted to do for my career. And I went back to choosing animation. And because I did football, I tried to balance doing, finding a college that had football and animation. I got a lot of calls from a lot of D2, D1, D3 schools, all divisions, but they didn't have animation. So they kind of tried to put me into the easiest major just so I can keep my grades high and still play. And I wasn't settling for that because I am not a settler. I kind of, work hard, and I like to see results for my hard work that I put in. So I kept going until I found animation. And then once I was about to give up looking and just settle for football, I got a call from the school that I'm at now. And they saw my portfolio and they wanted to schedule a tour for me to, walk around the school and, see how it is and meet the animation director, who was just so amazing. And after that, I ended up here at the university that I'm at now. I'm gonna warn y'all, I'm gonna give y'all a little college 101, advice kind of crash course. Just because you are in your major doesn't mean you're always going to make friends in that major. I found that out about 2 semesters into college. I was going into my sophomore year, and I had all these animation friends and stuff, but 90% of my friends were all PT, PA, and science majors. And that was because when I first got into college as a freshman, I was going into college a little scared. Like everybody, I was moving away from home for the first time. I didn't have my parents to, depend on 100% of the time. So I was kind of figuring things out myself, trying to do things on my own and trying to make friends so I could fit in, because that's something that I never did when I was in high school and, just growing up in general. I never really fit in. So I thought, it's best to have friends that are in my major. But I realized that my art level was a little bit above the standards of the average student in my major. So the teachers kind of held me to a higher standard than the rest. So that caused some of them to get a bit jealous. Resent me a little bit because, I didn't know this until later on when the teachers kind of favorited me because of my work ethic, which is, above the average person who has a hard work ethic. I have an work ethic to where I would get an assignment that day. I would have it done later that day. And it would be like a 2-week assignment. And I believe that there's always work and improvement to be done when it comes to my art. And like the teachers can be like, oh, it's a masterpiece, and I can hate it. But again, people tend to be their own worst critic. So I'm kind of really hard on myself because I'm so, taught to be at the top. And if I'm not first, then I'm last. And it's kind of like an asshole mentality to have. But, it's gotten me very far. Yeah, it's gotten me very far in college. But the moral of the story is you're not going to have a lot of friends. You may have a lot of friends in your major, but if you don't, it will all be in completely different majors than your intended major. As we're approaching the end of this video, I just want to kind of give y'all a general census of what I'm going to be doing for this channel. I'm just going to be doing story times like I did today, kind of longer videos. I'll do like some YouTube shorts and stuff just to, do like challenges and drawing stuff. But other than that, it's going to be mostly up to you guys. So whoever's watching my video, just comment below what's some things you want to see me draw, or what's some art challenges you want to see me, do. Just let me know and I will do them. I am pretty much an open book when it comes to ideas, and I, take everybody's ideas into account, and I just want to create somewhere for y'all to enjoy art as much as I do, and hopefully build a art community where, everybody's sharing ideas and doing things and just growing together. Since we're basically at the end of this video, I want to thank y'all so much for joining me. Make sure y'all come back, invite your friends, invite your family, just whatever people we can get in here to grow together. This is what I drew, and I hope y'all like it. In real time, I think this took me like 45 minutes to about an hour to draw, but I think it turned out pretty good. Let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure y'all are subscribing. If you haven't followed me, yet, please follow me. Please. But yeah, I hope y'all have a beautiful, blessed day, and peace out.